Welcome back to the Encyclopedia Duck channel, and today we have a very important task in front of us. We're providing the definitive ranking of Snow White's dwarves, from kick 'em out of the mine shaft to the best dwarf ever. But before we get into that, let's start with some background. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is a timeless fairy tale that has captivated audiences for centuries. Its origins trace back to German folklore, but was popularized by the Brothers Grimm in the 19th century. The tale tells the story of a beautiful princess named Snow White who is forced to flee from her wicked stepmother, the queen, and finds refuge with seven dwarfs in the forest. The brothers Grimm, Jacob and Wilhelm, collected and published the story in their famous anthology of fairy tales, Grimm's Fairy Tales, first published in 1812. Their version, Snow White encounters various trials and tribulations, including the poisoned apple given to her by the queen, which sends her into a deep sleep until she is wakened by true love's kiss. Fast forward to the early 20th century when Walt Disney, a visionary in the world of animation, sought to bring fairy tales to life on the silver screen. Despite skepticism from critics and industry experts, Disney embarked on an ambitious project to adapt Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs into the first full-length animated feature film. Released in 1937, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs marked a significant milestone in cinematic history. It was not only Disney's first animated feature, but also the first of its kind in the industry. The film showcased breathtaking animation techniques, vibrant colors, and memorable musical numbers, captivating audiences of all ages. Disney's adaptation introduced new elements to the story while retaining the essence of the original tale. The characterizations of Snow White, the evil queen, and the seven dwarfs were brought to life with charm and personality. The film's success paved the way for future animated classics and solidified Disney's reputation as a pioneer in animation. Since its release, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs has become a beloved classic, cherished by generations around the world. Its influence can be seen in countless adaptations, reimaginings, and retellings across various forms of media. The enduring legacy of Snow White continues to enchant audiences, reminding us of the power of timeless storytelling and the magic of animation. Now, on to the business at hand. The first dwarf to be voted off the island was an exceptionally easy choice: Sneezy. Can you imagine trying to sleep in the same room as six other guys, but one of them is sneezing constantly? I'd give you about 3 nights before you would want to force feed him Zyrtec or strangle him. Next on the list is Sleepy. Although not as downright annoying as living with someone who is constantly spewing their germs all over you, Sleepy wouldn't be anyone's idea of the best company to keep. If you're trapped in the middle of the woods with only 6 other guys to talk to and one of them can't be bothered to stay awake during your fantastic story about once sitting behind Deborah Winger in a West Hollywood diner, what good is he? At number 5, we have Bashful. I only have 3 words for this guy: get over yourself. Playing coy is not cute. You're too old for that nonsense. We're starting to get a better quality of dwarf, but we are still in the pretty annoying range when it comes to Bashful. We really start to turn the corner with Happy at number 4. A jolly guy who seems like he could be good to hang around with in limited doses. Not every occasion requires unbridled optimism. Happy could stand to bring it down a couple of notches. We finally come to our first truly useful member of the team, Doc. Doc has intelligence and skills. He has the ability to do more than just swing a pickaxe. In fact, the folks that came before Doc probably weren't good miners either, given their afflictions. But Doc actually brings something to the table. Down to our final 2. Grumpy is officially the runner-up. The gloomy guy may look like a downer, but we all know that he's a big softy at heart. And what comes across as perpetual negativity is really just practicality, something his housemates clearly lack. Grumpy also brings generational wealth through his many licensing agreements. Grumpy solos more merch than any of his housemates. That means Dopey stands atop our pile. This is a man of few words, but somehow he still manages to get the girl. An innocent soul who only knows love despite the fact that some spiteful person out there gave him the name Dopey. And us guys with prominent ears have to stick together. I know Dumbo agrees with this choice. That brings us to the end of the list. It's now official. This is the one true ranking of Snow White dwarves, not to be argued with, not to be disputed. It is written in stone. So says Encyclopedia Duck. Speaking of Snow White's dwarves, the first subscriber to leave a comment on any Encyclopedia Duck video will get this Sleepy card in their Disney Collect account. Thanks to our sponsor Dynaco, #1 choice of sentient cars everywhere. Until next time, keep collecting.